I'm back once again, and it is Friday, and as promised, Stormworks. Now, last week, I've been busy with a system for most of the stream, which eventually still didn't work. And I've been thinking about that system, which is a way to ride a vehicle once it falls over. I realized a couple flaws in that system, which I'll explain while working on it. And while the game is loading, because hello. But first problem, the lack of support if you're fully flipped over, like 180 degrees instead of just 90, which is a problem. And that got me thinking, what if I, instead of using two pivots or one slime track, I use two pivots with arms that just spin, or rotate out then rotate back in, done. So I'm going to see if I can get that to work. I just have to think of how I'm gonna, because the landing on one side is easier. You just have an arm push. Well, you can technically come then low that pushes it down and goes back up. I guess that is the best solution. Yeah. Am I going to get to see something at least? Yep. Because we've been messing with this system, but I realize it is kind of useless. I'm just gonna go to the truck now, and instead of having this entire setup here, we remove it. And then as a replacement, we're gonna grab pivot. I guess. Yeah, because then you can have it collapse in first. But it hatches in the way though. Unless I completely flip it around, giving me a little bit more access to do this. And of course, I might as well change it a little bit to look a little prettier. That's 4 blocks out, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess, yeah. Now I need to make a new version of that. So I guess I might as well delete them, right? Well, technically we only need like this. Because we're gonna go from a number to a number, which is already way better. Because we're going to a position instead of a speed. Which means we need, I think we need 2 outputs, 1 input, all being numbers. Now, am I correct in assuming that? We need 1 big, 2 small. Yes. We have done that. Input, input, output left, output right. left, input. I may or may not have done the wrong one. There we go. Fixed it. Output left, output right. That means we have that. Now what we're going to do right now is grab a function to begin with. Because we need to multiply this value by 4. So x times 4. Right now we go from 1 to -1. Hello.
Hello.
You have Wi-Fi again.
I have Wi-Fi again, but I forgot to turn on the soundboard, so I didn't actually hear anything.
You just missed Jim. Just missed him.
Oh man! Oh, okay.
But it's been a while. I haven't spoken
Yes,
to you in
hold
a
on.
year.
On the technicality, yes. Not actually, though. But it's been a month and a half or 2, maybe.
Maybe or definitely.
Where has soundboard sound went? You know? I found it.
I was about to say up your ass. But I don't think that's gonna be a
I've not yet.
What? The funny thing is, that is the sound I use when I join a call.
I did not expect that at all.
So if I join a call, every Dutch person will think a train is coming, or no, not even a train is coming. The train will be
when
cancelled.
I hear that, I think, oh no, vertraging. Oh, come on.
No, or even better yet, cancelled.
Yeah, that's also possible.
Oh, I have a funny story. At some point, I was going by train, and my train did not go until past a certain train station. And
it's one of those again.
The conductor announcing that tried to do it in English. I say tried. He did not know what the English translation of overhead wires was. He did not know the word overhead wires. Because
well, he
at the
could have
airport,
just said cables, to be fair.
Yeah, eventually described it, but there was he was trying to explain the wires above the train that were at that point damaged at the airport. I think it was during last weekend.
I see.
I have a slight sympathy towards tourists.
Very good train route over here. It's great.
Let me guess, non-existent.
Oh no, there's a station here, and there's a station in Holte, because I do have to go there almost every day for food reasons mainly.
Dinner.
Yes. And it's basically I get on here, one station further you get out, you go to another train, and then you go 2 stations, and then you're there. But that transition sucks. It's 6 minutes, between 4 and 6 minutes, depending on what time of day.
Should be doable.
Yes, but it's a single track. But
oh, no.
There are a couple of trains using that track. That's the train I need. They're in 5 minutes in front of it. There is an intercity from I think Utrecht or Amsterdam.
Sounds
so
possible?
If it has any like, if that train has any shoving about due to time, then my train will as well, and I won't make it. The other one is the German train from Amsterdam to Berlin or to
the
Frankfurt,
ICE,
I think. Yes.
Which is often delayed because it's fucking Germany.
Yes. So if any of those trains, a long intercity traject towards its end, so it's likely, and the German train, which is even more likely, if one of those has a delay, my train will have a delay, which means I won't make the transition.
And I assume trains only only go once per hour?
Only on Sundays and like holidays.
So it's like once every half hour, hopefully.
Yeah. But still,
Luckily, the Dutch are good at that.
yeah. But it's weird. Also, I saw something. So you know there is multiple like train providers in the east.
Yeah.
You have the NS and you have Blaunet.
Yes. Oh, you mean the old one that they're going to use now?
Blaunet is a completely separate thing.
Yeah, I know, but
There's different models.
Isn't there somewhere in Netherlands they're reusing a Mod 64 again?
I couldn't tell you because I don't know what it is.
But it only goes early in the morning. They're starting to use an old
hold
train.
on, I'll send you a WhatsApp.
Yeah, I know.
This was the train.
Hold on, I'm gonna check if it is what I think it is. I'm gonna get jealous.
You won't expect what it is.
Oh, those.
I've never seen one of those. Why the fuck is there a
Christmas tree inside of the train?
Exactly. It was just the entire train was decorated for Christmas, and it was just a Christmas tree in the cabin.
Why?
I don't know, but it was kind of funny.
I guess so.
They also had Christmas songs on, but it was so loud they decided to turn it off because it was annoying.
Yeah.
It only had like one sound setting and it was way too loud.
Ah.
So yeah. And how is intern going for you?
Somewhat decent.
That does not sound positive.
Well, I'm still basically working with the first little bit. Like I'm still in the design process.
Yo, so am I. That's not weird.
The design.
If you have a,
yeah.
If you have a big assignment, I'll probably do like for the design part. I'll probably be busy, probably for the next 3 weeks still before I think we're close to done.
Yeah, I am half close to that, but like.
Yeah.
Also, the companies.
I mean, I presume you started drawing already, right? Like modeling.
Yeah, I'm already busy with 3D models and calculations and all that stuff. I'm still doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really done any calculations because mine doesn't really require such. Mostly, so.
Yeah, mine requires.
I might have to do a couple, but.
Mine requires just straight up only bending.
Yes, but you have to work with large constructions, right? Like for the raft, it's large construction, I presume.
It is a large construction. It doesn't seem large while drawing, but 31 meters is quite long.
Yeah, well, I can probably show you, but I presume you're still streaming, so we'll do it later.
Yep, I just started basically.
Yeah, but mine is like a profile of like it's 1 meter 20 high and like 30 by 40 centimeters, so it's not a big thing necessarily.
No, I have a triangle with sides of 31 and a half meters.
Okay, that's a little bit bigger than what I'm working on right now.
A little bit. I'm working with like HEB. Like the biggest I've used is literally 1,000. But that was a design that I've kind of been designing bits, then asking like, is this a good bit of a good design? And then it kind of gets thrown like to the side because it's a crap design anyway.
Like you're struggling with making a good design, or you mean the entire thing is crap and you have to try to help it somewhat?
Yes and both. I mean, my designs are often like I start way overbuilding shit. which
What is happening with my Minecraft right now?
I don't know. Also, did manage to switch servers. It's an outdated one though.
So, it's worse than what the one we had, you mean?
No, what I mean by that is the fact that we did make the server switch, kind of. If you go onto our server, there is many server, but the problem is it's an outdated world download.
Okay, from when is it?
The one time she sent it to me.
That's not that long ago, is it?
Yeah, but they have been on there as well, so it is kind of outdated at this point.
Well, you just ask her for a new file and then do the same thing
I
you
did. I did.
Okay, well then, it'll be fine, I think.
I just have to get it, and then I know what I have to do.
I'm worried. Why is my Minecraft not working? I've not opened this game on this computer for a long time.
Work with the position.
Oh, wait, you guys updated the server, didn't you?
It is now, I think, menu servers on 1.21.4. Don't know. Mine is on
Yeah, because
currently, but
are we then still playing on that? I think so, right? Till the proper swap happens.
Yeah, if the swap happens, it does turn to that.
Okay, now it works. Sure. I tried to open my Minecraft and it basically said your .minecraft file did not exist. You know, the main file.
Yeah.
And then it did it again. It said it again. Then I tried it the third time, and now it works. So I don't know what's happening, but sure.
Nice.
But I should probably then. Although I did want to show you something. You know the potion brewer we both tried to make and both failed at?
Yes.
Well, I finally got one.
Nice.
It was so complicated. I had at some point I made like fairly complicated circuit for precise timings, and I kind of got it in a way where I could figure it properly with good timings.
Ooh.
So here, the reason why I wanted to make this is you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch yet because I'm currently trying to test out my system that rides truck, but I keep landing on my wheels, just like last week.
Yeah. You know the new extremely overpowered Armadillo XP farm?
Not really. I haven't really been involved with Minecraft over the last little bit.
Well, neither have I, at least online. I've done a little bit offline, but not that much.
I've done like nothing with Minecraft in general.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have seen it on Grian's
I've really been watching that
video.
either.
Hmm?
I've really been watching that either.
Oh, you have not watched the 7-hour-long Hermitcraft tour?
I've kind of stopped watching Hermitcraft in general.
Okay, that's fine.
I still get notifications, but I just tend to ignore them.
You got different stuff going on.
Yes.
That kind of thing. Yeah, that's fair.
Kind of a lot of different stuff. So if you want to tell it all, we might be here until after midnight.
Well, that's fine. We have time.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I luckily don't have to get out of bed early tomorrow.
Well, I'm living on my own, so who's gonna tell me otherwise?
Well, worst case scenario, your boss.
What does it's weekend? He does not
yeah,
not
but
have
like
a say in anything.
worst case scenario if you're choosing to be late?
Well, funny thing is, I'm very chaotic, a little bit, when it comes to getting on time and doing stuff on time. So I'm usually a bit late, but I've never gotten a comment on it.
Huh.
With a bit late, I mean, usually most people are there between like 7:30 and 8. I'm
Yeah.
usually there between 8 and 8:15, basically. But I also leave later than everybody else, so I never really got an issue for it, so I guess it's fine. I mean, I do my like full 8 hours, so I don't think they would make an issue of it, but still.
Yeah, if you're like, oh, as long as you're decently on time,
I'm
companies
not
won't
overly
complain.
late or anything. We only, I don't know how you guys do it at your company, but we only have one break.
Yes,
during,
I have 1/2 hour.
Yeah, same for me. I had that on my, what was it? Second internship as well. I kind of like it, having less break for whatever reason.
Yeah, but also we're allowed to eat at our desk as well.
Yeah, I do that. Usually because I get too late out of bed, so I have to eat breakfast at my desk. But
You used to eat it in the train anyway, so it's not like something changed.
no, it's right about the same thing. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I might need to be a bit more structured, but it's being rough right now.
yes. At what time do you have to wake up?
Well, if I need to be there at like 7:30-ish, right? So if
Yeah.
I did that, I would probably have to get up at like 6:30 just to
Jealous.
have time here. It's like a 5-minute bike ride from here, so it's not far. But usually I'm late. So usually I get up at like, well, 7:30.
It's still jealous. I have to wake up at 6:15.
Yeah.
My travel time is 1 hour.
That's oh yeah, but you have to go all the way to Horn and then a little further.
Yeah,
Oh, that sucks.
It's like the normal train ride that I usually do, but instead of walking for 6 minutes, I have to walk 2 kilometers. Yes, I could
Yeah,
take my
no.
bike, but it doesn't really, I could also take the bus, but the bus takes just as long. So
Yes, I could take my bike, but I'm way too stubborn for that.
the worst part is, that is true.
Exactly, I know that. That's why I say it.
Damn it, my self-riding system doesn't work still. It doesn't ride the truck yet. All this is pivoted. But I do have an idea.
Uh-oh. Those tend to be dangerous coming from you, but yeah, sure.
Oh please, I've had worse ideas.
Well, I don't know the ID yet, so I can't tell you.
Can I get away with that? Let's see if I can get away with that.
Wait, if you say you have worse IDs, that's really, really worrying, actually. If even you say you had worse, then
yeah,
that's trouble right there. Is what that is.
Well, let me just push my modular engine to 35 RPS, which in Stormworks terms is quite high. Sounds like a sewing machine.
Like RPS, is that like scuffed RPM? What?
It's
the deal
RPM
there?
divided by 60.
What?
Instead of rotations per minute, you measure it per seconds. RPS, as opposed to RPM.
Oh, like that. I see.
You're measuring a different time period. That's all you do.
Still though, that seems weird to me.
It's Stormworks.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Can't argue with that.
More likely, Storm doesn't work.
Is the game that broken?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
You're
Multiplayer
How broken
is
is the game? Your Honor, no comment.
multiplayer is still kind of unplayable
I see.
for some reason.
What like was it ever, or it still is?
Still is.
Okay.
Instead of fixing their old shit, they just add new shit.
I mean, new shit is more fun. I'll give them that.
Yeah, but not if it only works half. Then they deployed some small bug fixes to kind of keep everybody happy. Yes, high quality big. It's breakdancing. Yes, I need a breakdancing truck. But can I get it to ride its? It doesn't ride itself yet.
Please, sir, explain yourself. Why is your truck breakdancing?
Because it wants to.
You know why I stopped you today? Your truck is breakdancing. It's not allowed to do that.
I shouldn't have been like Optimus Prime. It's breakdancing. Why is it doing that?
Is that I don't know. I don't know. Is that an Optimus Prime thing?
If you suddenly see a massive, you see a truck transforming and it's suddenly breakdancing, then you're gonna be questioning, why is that truck breakdancing?
I don't know, man. Bumblebee got a kind of weird lady lately. I don't know.
Yes.
He's going through some shit right now, you know. So
I have a problem. These arms cannot be too long because they cannot overlap each other, but they're not long enough.
uh-huh. It's not big enough?
No.
Huh? That's what she said.
And I don't have any Viagra on hand, so...
I see.
Here's 1, 2, 3. Then remove the 4. But we can then do this. Which hasn't increased the length at all, I think. No, all it did was make it a tiny bit lower. We'll see how this works. Also, I still think one side of the system is non-functional, which might be a problem.
Yeah, maybe. Could be.
But you're basically now living on your own.
So, okay, so what's happening is that we technically for a couple more days own 3 houses.
Yeah.
The third one in Schagen is being sold. It's completely empty at this point. This should be the last weekend that my father is going over to get stuff, and then all the house will get transferred soon. I'm not sure on the exact date, but probably next week somewhere.
Yeah.
So then we are down to 2 houses. One house is not livable for everyone yet, because we're still working on the rooms, and nothing is getting done because everybody's working or going to school, so gonna take a while. And that's where I am right now. Op de
Assume
zolder.
so. In the attic. Perfect.
In the attic, yes. And the rest is still living in Holte, where there is mostly space for people to live. That being three of them. The fourth one is in a caravan. So the third joined him because they're married now, so that's fair.
Yeah.
So my father, at the moment, owns 3 houses and sleeps in a caravan.
Yes. Perfect
Great.
strategy. All I have to do is flip the truck. Why does it keep doing? Why does Stormworks keep doing it? No, get back on the wheels. We're not done yet.
Yeah, and so the result of all of that is that I, for now, live on my own here. Yes, most of the time.
Well, until somebody else joins you.
Well, we do have lava at this point, which we found on the side of a road.
Oh yeah, the snack.
The snack. So I'm not completely alone. He is downstairs though, and I'm upstairs because it's warm here and not there. Down there it's cold.
And I guess snack needs cold.
No, Snack needs warmth. He has it warm in his like habitat, but we're not heating the entire house for one person. So I just have an electric heater here upstairs. Mainly because also the gas system is incredibly inefficient. It's from like the 70s, and it's still working. It's working flawlessly. But
Reliable.
its efficiency is something to be left desired, if we will.
It's reliable yet incredibly inefficient.
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
entirety of the 70s.
Pretty much.
I
So
guess
yeah,
we made this reliable.
The heater is what I think for heating, like the little amount that my father is here, because when he does work here, like he has his desk set up in the living room.
Yeah.
And then he does turn on the heater. The little bit that he has been here, which is 4 or 3 days a week, and the others he is in Noord-Holland at the office or in Schagen.
Yeah, makes sense.
At work there. So 3 or 4 days a week, and only those days for the let's say 9 hours that he's here, roughly. They had enough, or the amount of gas that we use would be usually the same as we would use in our other house in a month.
Ooh.
So that's pretty rough.
That's not very environmentally friendly.
No, and we're definitely gonna change it. We're looking at like a heat pump and everything. We also wanted to do like what is that? Wat is waterstof in het Engels?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, yeah. If you have like a hydrogen converter instead of a battery.
Yeah.
So you would convert electricity to hydrogen, and then later when
oh, you're just gonna do a fuel cell.
Necessary. Yeah. Well, no. Oh yes, fuel cell. Yeah. But they only do that in Germany for now. Because it's not been legalized in the Netherlands yet, so we can't actually do that yet, unfortunately. Otherwise, we would be doing that. But we're not allowed to.
Because of rules.
Yes. apparently rules matter to some people. Or whatever.
I mean, once that house is done, it is basically just probably going to be quite cheap. Because if you
This house, it's not a cheap house. I don't know. I'm not sure what
if
you
you
mean.
insulate it good enough, you basically don't spend any money on heating it. Of course, you're going to spend more for a larger building, but it doesn't really matter. Right, I have a problem now.
I don't think I exactly understand what you mean, but
Well, if you have a building, right? I know the house I'm currently living in
yeah.
is not well insulated at all, which means you spend more money on heating, apply proper insulation, all that stuff. Boom, cheaper house.
Yes. Oh, crap! You clock if I do that. Please stop that. Thank you. Average redstone moment.
I should probably add a blinker on channel. What channel is my engine off light on? It's on channel 1. Where does it go to? It goes to this one. Here. Right here. This one. Channel 1 becomes a blinker. Because I'm gonna be an annoying little shit and make the light that turns on when the engine is off blink. I said it to blink, right? No. No. My reverse light is blinking. I connected it to the wrong thing. Damn it. No, but I do have to connect it because you have to have less. Yeah, this is the one. I should have guessed. It's like 0.2 seconds is right for a blinker interval. And this one can go here. There we go. Now, as soon as I sit into that seat, the engine is not running. It should start blinking that orange light to annoy the shit out of you. Yeah, should be a little bit slower though. What?
Why would you annoy the shit out of me? To what avail?
Anybody that will sit in the seat of my truck that I'm building, because it would, if you keep the engine turned off, it will give you an annoying blinking light.
Why would you do that?
To indicate that the engine is off.
That's annoying.
Any modern car is annoying these days. You're gonna have to sit in it and turn it on without it screaming at you.
Isn't that normal?
Cars should not just
what cars just do.
Modern cars. Old cars don't. Like that old car is not going to cheese. Yes, cheese is tasty.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yours is an exception, I guess. To almost everything. I presume you're talking about your own car.
Yeah. Like, yes, it's old.
Very.
It's from 69. It's not that old.
Right. Sure, it's not that old.
It's just over 50. Which means in the Netherlands you don't have to go to an MOT. service. You don't have to get it serviced anymore.
Which is convenient.
Yes, incredibly. Just means, but because the car is off the road,
Oh, why?
to get it back on the road, it has to get checked once. Just purely so that anybody that will, just to make sure that everything is up to.
No. Okay, finally.
And just
I forgot like all my hotkeys, so I accidentally pressed hold attack and I couldn't turn it off.
Yeah. I'm trying to get this truck flipped, like onto its side, but all it wants to do is donuts.
And you say it's like it's a bad thing.
Well, I'm trying to get my truck flipped onto the right side because one side doesn't work. But because of Stormworks, you just wheel slip immediately. And if the I'm just doing sick landings every single time. Oh boy, we doing a wheelie. Come down to the ground and start drifting. Like, see, it just starts spinning me around, which means I have to land on my side, but I keep landing on my wheels. Why is my design so good? It either lands completely upside down, which it has the capability of righting itself. I think I need to land upside down and stop the wheels from turning. Oh no, we're gonna jump there, alright. Start drifting, I guess. It should have done damage, but I have damage turned off for that specific reason.
He's using cheats, guys. Get him.
Well, if you want to test a system that only works when your truck gets damaged. There we go, there we go. Stay upside down, stay upside down, stay upside down, stay upside down. So far, only one side works, but it does work decent. All I have to do is try and get it to quit doing flips. Yeah, go onto the rooftop, go onto the roof, go onto the roof. And then it starts flipping around, and then it does that. So it works. Also, I made indicators that turn on when you start turning the wheel.
Like actually, or?
Yeah.
Like on your Logitech?
What? No, like in Stormworks.
Okay.
Have you seen Jimmy Broadbent's video on truck sim?
I have.
I
have not watched the entire thing.
Kinda jealous. That's like an entire sim racing setup, including the stocks behind the wheel. Like you can use indicators, your cruise control, your wipers, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of having to use a keyboard right next to it to press all the buttons, you have to reach over every single time you need to make a change.
Yeah, that's what good money gets you, I guess.
Wait, am I that stupid? Please tell me I'm not that stupid.
You sure you want me to answer that?
Please
Because
tell
I
me.
just might.
I think I've done a stupid.
Oh.
And it all has to do with mirror mode. Because mirroring sometimes goes funky.
Yeah, it does that.
At the knees. Because, funny thing, over the last week I've basically been getting a cold.
That surprisingly does not sound like a fun thing, but that might just be me.
Yes.
What do you...
If that side works, it writes us. Now the other side. Doesn't seem to work.
Oh, you're not powered.
No, other way around. Yeah, it should have lifted already. It doesn't. That side doesn't want to go up. Can I read? Can I read the value? No, I can't. And I think I've said this on stream before, but I haven't told you yet.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Recently discovered Too Good To Go, like early this year, and all it is store has food that is about to expire, which would otherwise get thrown away.
Oh, like that.
And you can buy it for like a third of the normal price.
Third?
So you can get like stuff that would usually cost $15 for 5.
Okay, but why are you buying food for $15 anyway?
Because that's basically that's like, I don't know, dinner.
I got dinner today for $5, so I don't know what you're doing.
If you actually want to make something.
Yeah, okay, no, I got a deep freeze pizza, so that doesn't really count.
Yeah, that is cheap. I got a fresh pizza there at $7.50, but I also ate with my mom, so that's 2 people, so that's $15.
Yeah, okay, that's the $5. Well, that doesn't include the single can of cola, I guess, but
just buy them.
That's for one person.
Just look how much it is per liter, because if you drink enough of it, you can just look for the biggest packaging or the cheapest per liter and buy that.
Well, it's already like off-brand Plus or Apicola, so it's cheap anyway.
Go for the big bottle and just have like a glass or a cup or something, or just drink it straight out of the bottle.
Nobody's here. Who's gonna stop me?
A place at if I go traveling by train, I just buy 1.5 liters of water for like 50 cents. 75 if you include a deposit on the plastic bottle.
Wait, why are you buying water?
If I'm halfway
water.
If I'm halfway across the country, where am I gonna get water from?
Bring a water bottle.
If that runs dry,
then go somewhere where you can get water.
Like a grocery store.
Where you don't have to buy it.
It becomes a bit more difficult.
Well, I'm afraid to say it, but public restrooms exist. It's a terrible option, but it exists.
Yeah, no. But I buy like...
Just walk into a random bar, like, hey, yo, can you fill my water, please?
Well, you can, but for 50... Like, if you're at a grocery store, for 50 cents, you can either have half a liter of Coke.
I am genius.
Home brand, of course. Or, like, store brand. Or 1.5 liters of water. If you look at volume, it's either half liter or 3 times that much for the exact same price. So guess what I'm going for?
Yes. Now, did I or did I not solve my shulker box issue? I also like the fact that I finally have internet, and instead of going on the server, I'm back in creative mode.
I may or may not have done another stupid with my logic.
Yeah,
I connected the wrong thing. Oh, now
like
it's...
How
do I do that? I don't know. I just did it.
Well, that much was obvious.
I sometimes too question why I do things.
Stop. Just do them. That's terrible advice. Stop asking questions like, why am I breaking the law? Just do it.
Why is my starter not working? It sometimes bugs out and the starter doesn't work. Also, I did I think last year got the Skywalker Saga, like with Star Wars.
Yeah, I think Jim told me about that.
It was like on sale for like 80%. So I bought everything for 20 bucks instead of 114. And decided to save a little bit of money.
Okay.
And in total I've played 30 hours, completed all 9 episodes.
All 9 episodes. I don't know how the game is structured, so I don't know.
It is basically structured per like movie.
Oh, you replay the movie but in Legos, I guess.
Yes. And
oh, okay, that's kind of fun.
Kind of story accurate, I want to say. Kind
you
of.
say loosely.
It is based, like the rough outline is there. Like every episode has what needs to, does what it needs to do. But apart from that, it is just complete bullshit.
I see.
It has
this
the
is
charm
a little
of Lego.
jank, but I think it's working.
I'm doing more and more stupids every single time. I am not awake at all.
Dude, I made a shulker box loader, but every time it changes the shulker box, it like zero ticks a composter into the shulker box. And then you just see the shulker box entity fly off the composter and land back in, and then it gets pulled out of the way. It's very scuffed, but it works.
My engine is
surprisingly.
Truck is complaining that the engine is turned off. Now it's turned on. All I have to do is now make the 180, straighten the wheels, press the brake, and just dump the clutch. And immediately wheels spin. I forgot to add a sensor for that. Why does it still not work? Like that side works obviously, but the other side doesn't work. So, I assume this is the culprit, but I do want to put a capacitor in there. Wait, it's a number. I do want to put a capacitor in there because one side needs to activate after a while. Because if you're flipped upside down, you don't want both sides to activate at the same time. If that happens, all you do is going to lift up and then fall back down. What you want to do is only have one side so you actually tilt. So we're going to have a charge time of 1 second. So if you flip your truck entirely, then only after 1 second will it activate. Should probably put it on both though, like a proper delay. Because from good to go, I ordered some. I ordered a bag for this evening actually. So when I got out of the train station, I could straight up. So I just went to the store to pick it up. And it was worth it.
Like you order something at Uppy and then you just show up and then you get it?
Well, it can be Uppy, it can usually... Uppy I think doesn't do it, Uppy to go does though. Just kind of funny.
Yeah, that seems odd.
Like the to go does do it, but like usually it's Hema that I go to because that actually is good stuff.
Okay.
If you go to Albert Heijn to go, you usually only get salads.
Wait, why did I overcomplicate it so much? What was my brain thinking at like 3 AM?
Do you question
what is
yourself?
This circuit? Dude.
You're questioning yourself at 3 AM.
Dude, Look at this circuit.
Hold on,
Look
hold
how
on,
bad it is.
My truck works. My truck system works. I'm flipping over, but it's working.
This is horrible.
And it's still not functional. God damn it.
It should just be this. Why did I do it like
Wait.
that?
Oh, all right, right. So that's the trick. That's the trick to it. Ah, that. So if you flip, all you have to do is open the door while the thing's extended. Also, I'm doing a wheelie now.
Yeah, that seems safe to do on public roads.
Oh, please, I'm flipping this truck multiple times and then landing on my side. So I have to open the door in order for it to flip over so I can... Am I in RPS? I'm in RPS. I should probably do it in RPM.
Like, I understand if I do it like this, I guess.
I have
this
high
would be an
beams.
actual good circuit, but why would I do it like this when I can... Oh. Sometimes, Jules. Sometimes brains are not meant to work.
No, agreed. Sometimes brains should not work at all.
Well, they should. They just kind of don't. Okay, well, that's cleaned up nicely, actually. Now it's actually starting to look like less of a mess than it already is and was. It's still an absolute mess, but whatever.
Alright, now that we've done that system, I kind of want to add one more light in here. Should probably add a cab light. Oh wait, first, very important. Linear speed sensor. I kind of want one in here again. No, we're not deleting that. I kind of want to be able to, I don't know how fast I'm going. Do need a function. Which function does output towards that, but doesn't have an input yet? But I think it is still set up correctly, though. Yeah, x times 3.6. Which is how it's supposed to be if you want to go to, the most logical way to do speed, kilometers per hour. Although I haven't put it in horizontal yet. Alright, let's grab 8. Because, of course, let's grab 8. Keep the brake on. Yeah. And I start to speed. Whee! With 8, we're doing 50 kilometers an hour. Let's increase that to like 12. Turn the lights on, high beams, because I want to flash people.
Jules, that's inappropriate in public.
I'll have to just flip a switch quickly and it will flash my high beams.
Right.
What else would you think I'd be doing?
Well,
I don't really have those, I'm a man.
luckily, otherwise I would not know what you would do with it.
That is true. But what if I just plug 15 in there? That's 100. Ooh, that's almost perfectly 100.
Ah, wow.
Does kind of use up a lot of fuel though. I don't think I have space to install a variable fluid valve. Look at the fuel system. You know, it goes through. Does it go through here? Where does the fuel come from again? We have 2 fuel tanks right there. So it goes here, then it goes down, then it goes in immediately. Yeah, of course I have no space. Yeah, I packaged it way too tightly. Nice. I would just put it too neat. And now that's kind of annoying. Actually, do you have space for another? I'm not going to put another gearbox. Let's name this door, actually. $80 RPS. Sure. Should I do RPS or RPM? I feel like RPM would make a lot more sense for a vehicle.
I feel like RPM would make more sense in general. Why is the game in RPS anyway?
I don't know, but speed is also measured in meter per second, so you can kind of guess where it comes from. Just more scientific, apparently.
Yeah, sort of, I guess, yeah.
Oh no, we have flipped. Whatever will we do? Oh, let's open up the door.
So, something happened today, right? And it completely threw me off for whatever reason.
What?
I was just working, and I had like contact with a company for air nozzles, because we're probably gonna need those.
Yeah.
And so the company called my company, and then somebody handed me a phone like, hey, they're calling you. And I was like put off completely, like, wait, people are calling me? What's happening? I was completely thrown off. And I was like, ah.
Yeah, because you're the one working on the project, so
yeah, it makes perfect sense. But I was completely thrown off anyway. So that was interesting.
Yeah. Also, I had a multiple email conversation, like I had to send 2 emails to basically my instructor at the company, because you know the thing we have to fill in for like what we're going to do. Yeah, what we're going to do. Like I said, okay.
Yes.
From school they said okay, but the company hadn't done that yet.
Okay, so you asked him to do that. I
had to, like, we got that message. I got a message today, so I asked, "Hey, has this been done already?" Then I got the reaction that it didn't want to get back, which was, "Do we still have to do that? Does the company still have to do that?" And I said,
dude, the answer wasn't like, no, I'll get on it. The answer was like, but do we need to?
The answer was like, oh, we still have to do that. And I was like, yes. And then later that day, I got a message, hey, you're all right. But I was slightly
Okay.
annoyed. Purely because how difficult is it to get such a thing done?
Okay, well, you don't have to be annoyed immediately. Give them a chance.
I asked it for a second time, which I mean, of course, is not that much, but still, I
No,
was like,
a second time is fine. If it's like 5 times, then yes, then we're having some trouble.
yeah, but I was like, is that even a question if you still have to do it? Of course.
Yeah, it's a weird response. I'll give you that.
It's honestly a bit dumb, if you ask me.
Dude, okay, so you know what's funny?
What?
When I was looking for an intern, I was looking at like machine building companies, right?
Yeah.
Machinebouw, because I like that stuff.
Yeah.
But the company didn't want me because they only want HBO'ers. So I was like, that's unfortunate. I'll return in the future. Bye.
Yes.
And
Isn't
so
that also a bit racist towards the?
yeah, that's what you and Jim said back then as well. It's I don't know.
Yeah,
It
it's kind of
doesn't seem
discrimination.
racist.
But it's more
No,
discrimination.
no, I don't think so because although I don't agree, you should give MBOers a chance. I think it is true that they're like of lower intellect level, or at least they have been trained in using less intellect, I suppose. Right?
Like more trained into the more practical stuff.
Well, we're in the weird, like, in-between area right now. We're not that practical, but we're also not that far ahead in the designing industry, basically. So we're in this weird middle ground right now.
Again? I already cancelled Tsunami. Why is there another one here?
Yeah, but what basically happened is I had to do a presentation of my design as it is now to the company owner.
Yeah.
And he was like, so yeah, okay. And then we started talking, like the four of us that were there.
Yeah.
And basically was like, so yeah, it's going pretty good, but we are lacking some expertise in the company because nobody here is a designer. So
so you're there
yay.
to design the things that they think of.
Yeah, well, basically yes, but I only do one project right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it a very fun position though, to be like the designer in the company. I find it pretty fun. But anyway, he was like, yeah, but I might know a guy. Try to guess where that guy was from.
Same school?
Same school. No, that was the guy was from the company I tried to get my internship originally. Like the first internship I tried to get. So that's kind of like, okay.
What were you, did you actually say that to them? Like, oh, I've tried to go there as well.
Yeah.
They didn't want me.
Yeah, and then I said like, but they only wanted HBOers instead of MBOers.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, that's weird.
Yeah, they only want like the highly educated people, thinking that all the lower educated people are just dumb. And to some extent, that is true.
Yeah, but if you look at the general consensus of a class, there are some couple that would do well at a higher end company, such as ourselves and a couple others, right?
Yeah.
But there's also some others that need to be in a shop where you can do whatever.
I preferably want to be in such a place as well, because that is just, you could just do whatever. You're gonna get paid anyway, so might as well do what you want to do.
I mean like a bone shop, right?
Oh yeah, like it doesn't matter as long as it gets done by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want.
So some people need to be kind of need to be in one of those because they're not really, don't have a natural tendency for high detail or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm over here just immediately as soon as I get assigned to something, I already, even in my first designs, I already want to add detail,
Yeah. Same here.
which
But
I've been told,
it's
don't
also
do
that my
that.
first designs are always way too complicated. And then
Oh
I
yeah,
have to come to
same.
the conclusion that it's way too complicated, and then I have to simplify it down a lot. Which is good actually, because if you overcomplicate it at first, then you get like as much functionality in there as you physically could. And then when you have to cut it down, you only keep the stuff that's absolutely necessary, so you end up with a pretty decent product, I think. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. You would overthink it so you can decide what is good, basically.
Yeah, but I got at the company, they told me that if you go for high, don't go for high quality in the end, but that's mainly, our company is currently becoming a mess. Like I'm already noticing it, it's going bad.
Yeah,
They merged.
there is some merit to it in the sense that if you design something, design it for like 80%, because
Yeah,
of the fact that designing it for 80%, say you have a project and it takes like 5 days to do, and
yeah,
in those 5 days you get to 80%. If you want to get to that 100, you're gonna have to spend another 10 days probably.
yeah. The last
So
little
it's
bit is
just,
always the hardest.
yeah, so sometimes it's just best to say like, okay, this is good enough. You don't have to redo it and redo it. Now that I'm saying this, I did realize that I have like redesigned one part of my construction like 3 times already, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, my company is starting to become a mess because we merged with another company, which would allow me to more easily do the practical bit. We went from
Oh,
putting our hours into a system that is a little bit annoying to work with to having to send an Excel sheet every week to somebody so they can fill it in.
what? You
Yeah,
mean your hours?
yes.
Why?
We had a system for that.
But
Also,
why
project
though?
numbers don't line up. We don't even know
I
how the
mean,
leadership structure there is, the way they work. We basically got zero communication about the other company, yet it is a company that,
is that like a parent company kind of deal, or what's
yes,
going on?
it is a
Ah, I
parent company.
see. That's kind of annoying to deal with.
And we got like no indication how or what everything is going to be like. And there's starting to be a lack of work, so everything's kind of falling to bits. All the while, the person that's officially doing my stuff in the SMA system,
Yeah, it's from what I've heard in the last 2 seconds, he has been, well, I
that
don't
was the
know. You
director
tell me.
basically,
Yeah.
because it was a company that's was very small, but he's only here now once per week, only on Monday. Which I think I'm just gonna
Why
ask, can we
though?
have weekly talks about stuff? So that if things come up, or if things have a little bit more
Yeah.
urgency
Yeah,
on
not
a
not that.
Monday.
Yeah, that's good. For me, I kind of got lucky because the people at my company are like almost overly serious about the entire thing. So they're like, so we're sitting down every week before we even have a chance to. But that's kind of good, honestly. It's they're taking it serious, which is nice.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not that. I mean, I had to go to this company because there was no other fucking option.
Yeah, no, you got screwed over. That's
I got
very
screwed up.
unfortunate.
Possibly, probably because I begun a little late, but I feel like it didn't begin that
No,
late.
no, you didn't begin that late. You okay? You probably should have called people instead of only emailing them.
Yeah, but only
But
if.
besides that,
But
I think you were not late or
funny
anything.
thing about that, I'm starting to figure out the reason why, and it is worse than you think.
Well, go ahead.
May I suggest trauma?
Well, I understand like having trouble socially interacting, I guess,
I'm only
with calling
during-
because I have trouble with that as well. But
I'm only during the last like months figuring out how fucking traumatized I actually am.
yeah, with the entire
Divorce bullshit.
person that will. Okay, you're gonna say that on stream, sure? Yeah, that bullshit.
Worst part is, my dad's probably out of money.
Wait, how?
Don't know. I would say get a job. He probably doesn't have one
Oh,
because he got fired.
Wasn't he like stupidly rich?
No, his spending
Like-
habits probably was for like 1 month.
Oh, so he's the kind of guy that has a Land Rover but can't afford a Land Rover. Is that kind of okay? Okay.
And also, but on a good
Well,
note is, I could ask for alimony, which is a decent amount, but I asked because I had to get a lawyer basically. Yay.
well, you had to get a lawyer.
Yep, because the alimony apparently could not be done through my mom, even though it could be done. But they decided not to.
She doesn't. She doesn't probably have.
Well, I did give permission. That's the
Permission?
I give permission. I gave permission.
Okay, you
so
gave
she could do
permission,
it.
but because of her condition, does she have qualification?
The thing is, I'm not. I think the government bit said no.
Okay, that's weird.
Probably because I'm 18 already. Well, I'm technically 20 now, but
You're 20 now?
yes,
When did you turn 20?
14th of December.
Ah, okay. So that explains why I missed it. Yeah.
Yes. Was at a point where you had no Wi-Fi yet.
Yes, I had no communication.
But like,
Yeah.
the thing is, because it took so long, I do have a chance of asking alimony for basically an extra year.
I mean, that's
Which-
nice.
Kind of doubles my money that I can get.
Yeah.
Problem is, if I'm gonna get it, is another thing. Oh well. And in fact, because he has no money,
Yeah.
also means that he's
eh,
not.
But I presume a lawyer is also very expensive, or do you get like an assigned lawyer because by law you are owed a lawyer, I guess?
Funny thing about that, because I'm still a student and I'm still basically living with mom with no actual job, the government has a thing in place for that which allows you to kind of where you only have to pay your little bit. It's basically the same as insurance. You only pay your little bit, the rest is covered.
Uh-huh.
Which means I only have to
Okay.
pay like under 400 for the entire thing.
I mean, that's still a lot. I hope you get more out of it than you spend, but
Oh, I'm gonna get a lot more out of it. If I'm actually getting it, of course. But he has to pay. That's the thing. There's also the thing that he actually has to pay it by law. And I researched, if you don't pay
Yeah.
alimony in the Netherlands, you can actually face time in jail.
So what you're saying, if he doesn't pay, it's a win. If he does pay, it's a win.
Yes,
No, that's
it is.
That's a little rough, but
Oh, please. If we're past that point.
I know for you, you are very much past that point, but yeah.
He even had the balls to ask his mom, my grandma, for money.
Okay,
She said
so
no.
well, duh, but yeah, I don't know, man.
I know it is a
Yeah.
mess, but
He needs some Jesus, is what he needs. It's not going well.
Oh, Jesus won't help him at this point anymore. He fucked it up too much.
Well,
Abandoned his
that's
entire family, including his children.
yes, I know he screwed up, but
Went to
there is always hope,
went to live in
unfortunately.
Spain with his new girlfriend, which was his coach when he started his own company.
Yeah, all of that.
Including basically.
I hope he turns around at some point.
He won't. He won't. Trust me.
I know, but you always keep hope.
And the funny thing is, at some point when I asked if I could go out at some point to like, I think it was the first time I went with a friend, like travel by train far away, then stay at a hotel somewhere, and the day after that just return. He said, at some point we have to let you guys go. And we still have a little bit of a chuckle about that because in
Like
order to let
people?
No, like me going by train, actually spending the night somewhere else, like at a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I came.
Wait, who said that then?
That's it. My dad said that at some point we have to go. But I came up with the conclusion: in order to let something go, you have to hold it first.
Yeah.
And that's where it already goes wrong.
I figured something like that would be said.
Yeah, because apparently you have to let your children go at some point, and that is true.
Yeah, that's true. It has some merit, but
then you do have to, you know, usually
have to be in the position to even get to that point.
You have to, first of all, have a decent relationship with your children. So yeah, don't be my dad. If you have children, have a good relationship with them.
That's great.
Because otherwise, you will not hear from them anymore.
Yeah. But since the time I left, has it gotten any more worse? Except for now you have to get a lawyer, apparently.
Apart from alimony and basically my dad having no money anymore, which means he is not paying money to my mom anymore, which means there's no more money coming in.
Oh, that's quite an issue, actually.
Reserves starting to get low. I mean, the house needs to be sold anyway, but it is kind of getting to the point of, eh. The problem is he is in Spain.
Yeah, and he just keeps avoiding every way of responsibility.
Yes, like taxes.
Sorry, man, that sucks.
Yeah. At this point, even I'm done with him and thinking if I get my alimony and everything, I'm gonna go non-contact. Sounds rough. Barely have contact with him anyway.
Yeah, I was about to say, can't you just do that now and then just let the lawyer do the talking, since you apparently have to do that way now?
Funny thing is,
I know for sure. I know for sure when my parents divorced, they were not talking. That's for sure.
The funny thing is, right? The lawyer thing, it's nothing to do with my dad not reacting to stuff. It's just that I have to do the alimony myself. Is why I have to get a lawyer.
Oh, so it's not the contact that's the problem, it's the fact that you have to have a lawyer in order to get it.
Yes. My dad, on the other hand, has gotten the plans for the divorce 3 times over a period of over a year, and still hasn't read one of them.
Okay.
He does not know what's going to hit him.
So what are like the consequences of avoiding that?
Avoiding the plans made for the divorce means he does not know what the plans are.
He does not know of any divorce plans, even though they have been going on for more than a year, and you guys have told him directly. That seems unlikely.
No, not directly, but he's gotten official papers 3 times.
Did he?
Either
did he
digitally or physically. He has not read them, so he does not know how much money he has to pay. He thinks he's gonna get money from the house after it's been sold. Probably a little bit, but most likely the government's going to have a little bit of that, considering he hasn't, you know, filed his income tax in like 4 or 5 years at this point, if not
Yeah.
more. And then also mom is taking a lot of that money, which he is gonna
Yeah.
be pissed when he hears, and I kind of want to be there with popcorn.
With popcorn.
Yeah, if he's gonna explode, I kind of want to see it.
You're not cutting him any slack, are you?
Oh, he had his chances.
Yes, I know. I know it's fair that you don't.
He just messed
But
up.
you're really, you're not just not giving him any slack. You're rubbing it in his face.
There's a
Which
saying.
I guess is fair.
Too much.
still.
There's a saying in Dutch that a warned person counts double. For how many do you count? If you had 3 warnings over a period of over a year, and still haven't reacted to any of them.
Yeah.
So you have been warned 3 times.
I'm very curious where his head is.
Probably either doing drugs.
Okay, so he's also on the attic life.
Yeah, that's probably where all the
maybe.
money went.
Oh, oh no. Ew.
Yeah, when I was talking about he's a lost cause, he is a lost cause.
I don't believe he's a lost cause, but I think it's pretty rough. Pretty rock bottom.
I think that then like 100 floors lower.
Yeah, well.
Like he should have probably thought about stuff before, you know, abandoning his family, his children, his friends, friendship of over 20 years.
I don't think there was a thinking process at all, which was probably the issue, but
yeah, that would be, but the thinking process probably isn't possible.
well, he probably did have a process, but I don't think it was up there. I think it was lower, maybe. Probably.
You mean the lower brain? Yes.
Yes.
The lower brain did the thinking and decided that it would be the best option to go with the coach he got for starting his own company, desert his entire family, and yeah.
I wonder what the goal was of that. Like, come on, dude.
Funny thing is, he could have actually gotten a lot more from the divorce if he were a little bit faster. Because when he just announced a divorce, within a week they said it immediately.
But I think he wasn't fast enough because he was already like in the back, like. So sometimes when you're in the downward spiral, you cannot get yourself to do the things you need to because you're already mad with yourself.
Yeah, but that's if you're like depressed or down or all that stuff.
Well,
my dad is just allergic to responsibility.
I hope he will be doing better in the future, but I'm kind of also hoping that he is in that state right now. But because if he isn't, then something is then his mental is going very wrong right now.
Could be a tiny little thing called narcissism.
Yes, of course, but still.
Which my dad is basically a textbook example.
Well, if it was okay, yeah, never mind. I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yes, I didn't stall. I didn't stall. I could have stalled my engine, but I didn't.
Random comment for me, but yes.
Yes.
How is streaming doing anyway? Like.
Better. I should mainly just stream Zero Valley and Stormworks at this point.
Yeah, but got some like new followers and stuff, or how is how doing?
Well, Finally have some
It's not
consistent people
it's
in
not
chat.
what doing, it's how doing.
Finally have some consistent people in chat, actually. Which is nice to
Right,
have.
right, hold on. Let me check it out. Who do we have? Oh wait, before I do that, I'm gonna delete Opera real quick.
Yeah, I should probably switch off that as well. It has gone downhill over the last bit.
Dude, every time I open like my Takbe here,
Yeah.
Opera is just there, even if I haven't opened it yet, with like 2 gigs of like stored memory that it doesn't need.
Have you turned it off at startup?
Yes, you know what the minimum is?
What?
It's still like half a gig, I think. It's still like way too much.
If you turned it off at startup, it shouldn't start up at all.
No, but yeah, but even if I don't start it, it retains a lot of information if you don't do like a full restart.
Ah. So I guess switching to some other browser that has the same functions like any other.
I'll probably just go to Google because it works fine. I've never had any trouble with it.
I'm thinking of just going to Firefox. I mean, they're all Chromium underneath, so it's basically...
It's all Chrome with another jacket, but
yeah.
Okay, Firefox might be slightly different, but
like, oh no, there is slightly different layout.
No, I mean in the term that at least in the early days, Firefox and Chrome were like actual separate things, right? The different startups. So they might still be like different software, but I don't know for sure.
I think they're
they
quite
might
similar
be, they
still.
might not be. Hold on. Let's
shove
go
a
to
light.
System opslag.
I guess gonna shove 2 lights
also,
here.
I played that Star Wars game that Jim also played, Jedi Survivor. In the time of no, I just basically did a bunch of story games in time where I had no internet.
Probably downloaded on company Wi-Fi.
No, I downloaded in Holte and then brought my laptop over here.
Oh.
Okay. Well, where is Opera? Opera GX. Wait, why do I have 2 versions of Opera? Oh, Opera Stable and Opera GX. Ah, I see. Well,
Let's see if I can pull off a J-turn.
Opera installer. Yes, verwijder Opera gegevens. Fine.
I think I broke the engine again. Did you transfer your data though?
What data? It's a Google engine.
Yeah, but like all your saved pages and all that stuff.
Oh no, I haven't had like any tabs open ever in a long time.
Not even things like bookmarked for...
well, yes, but let's see, the only thing of matter is probably Onshape, which had like a quick login, but I don't have that many bookmarks.
Yeah. I mean, it should look a lot better putting those wheel arches over rear wheels. I do like the look from the back now. Also, it only has 1 brake light and 1 reverse light.
No, go away with your cookies.
Wait, before you delete the browser...
has been honest helper. Sorry to see you go. Dude, you have Opera opens a new tab in like Microsoft Edge. Opera has been uninstalled. We're sorry to see you go. If you ever change your mind, you can download Opera anytime. Hope to see you again. With a giant download button beneath it.
That's on par for Opera. I mean, it's kind of the joke browser.
Well, no, not really. They did like a very good marketing run,
Yes.
but in long-term usage, it has its downsides, especially because it just tanks so much performance unnecessarily.
Yes, but have you seen the death stuff they have? If you were to die,
The
or if you were to not log in 2 weeks, it would assume, if you have it turned on, it would assume you've died and change your
Opera,
browser history to something more normal. So let's say you looked up highly inappropriate things.
it had an automatic no corner function.
Yes. Yes. So if you so a lot of, but it's kind of useless honestly, because everybody that does that stuff
Oh, dude,
knows about incognito
Dude,
tabs.
I'm looking up Google Chrome right now.
Yeah.
Like to get that as the main browser. And you know what the first ad is that I get?
What?
Download gratis Opera's AI.
Ah. So it's just,
Immediately getting Opera ads. Come on.
yeah, but they don't just have Opera GX, they also have Opera 1, which I think Jim is using.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I also, because of the divorce, have to get my own health insurance instead of being included in my dad's plan.
When you're 18, you have to get your own health insurance anyway.
Yeah, but if you don't do anything with it, you're just gonna get the same plan you were in to begin with, and just you have to pay now.
Like that. Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
payment information wasn't changed, so my dad was still paying for my health insurance.
Dude, health insurance went up this year. It's getting crazy. I paid like 130 a month last year. It's now 150. Like, come on.
I'm gonna spend like 155 a month, but that includes dental as well.
Yeah, that's nice.
But the problem is, I think I'm only gonna be getting like if I'm even still gonna get money from the government, like 100 and I'm gonna get 1,500 for over the entire year.
Dude, I'm on Microsoft Edge right now, downloading Google.
Yeah.
Step 1. Open the file Chrome setup.exe via download list. Step 2. Step 2 is literally Microsoft Edge saying, hey, yo, you know, we are Windows, so we recommend you, since this is a Windows laptop, to use Windows products. That's literally what step 2 is. It's saying no to that.
saying fuck
Step
you to
2
Windows.
is saying no against Microsoft having built-in preferences, basically.
Yes, because otherwise it's gonna automatically go to Edge, which honestly is not a bad browser either. It's a perfectly fine browser if you think about it.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
I'm used to Chrome, and I also have like a bunch of stuff on like my drive and everything. So.
I like how I have a disconnect trailer button, and I can just press it and leave the trailer behind while continuing on.
Also, unfortunately, you were busy during New Year's.
Yeah, I heard Jim was with you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, I was busy with New Year's because I was with family.
Yeah, I heard from Jim.
So probably wouldn't have come over either if I was... Because, well, family.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Too Fast and Furious. Family.
Family.
Why? Because family.
Yeah. Well, remember when those movies were actually somewhat good? Yeah,
Before they started absolutely milking the series.
Like the first two movies are good, Okay, the first one is okay. It's just it doesn't really make sense,
It's also
and then
highly
everything went
inaccurate.
downhill. Yes,
Like those movies
you know what's
are
funny?
known.
I was recently talking to Eleonora like
Yeah,
about movies. Like she doesn't really watch movies for like probably more than 5 years, if not more.
yeah.
She was like, "Yeah, I like a couple," and then like just generally good movies, right?
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden, I also liked Tokyo Drift, and I was very confused.
that
Like this was very unexpected.
more unexpected than the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes, very much more unexpected than the Spanish Inquisition.
Very unexpected. But I mean, it is annoying that they're this inaccurate because every car guy will take a look at those movies and it's like, why? That has nothing to do with that. It doesn't work like that. Why are you like this? That's basically what those movies are for the car guys.
Yes.
Like, sure, some stuff is accurate.
Yeah, the fact that cars drive.
Yes.
That is indeed very accurate.
But and that some modifications make your car go faster. That is also true. Modifying your car generally improves performance, but you cannot just
Well,
slap the
depends.
parts on and expect it to work.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you hook up a NOS bottle, if you do that to a raw engine, it's gonna explode.
No.
Well,
Clarkson did it to his
okay.
car, I think,
It
in
depends on the engine
lockdown.
block, yeah, but generally speaking, if you have like a shit Renault somewhere
Yeah, but it's a French
with like
car.
with like a regular cast iron block, and then you suddenly add in nitrous, and then the pressures are like a third of an extra pressure than normally. I don't think your cylinders are gonna like that very much.
Well, the thing is, right? What you're basically doing is putting, I think, either more air or more fuel in there.
Nitrous oxide is a combination of nitrogen and oxygen, and in the combustion chamber, it separates into nitrogen and oxygen.
So all you're doing is
Nitrogen creates something different, and then oxygen is just raw, so you're literally pumping in oxygen. It's basically what you're doing.
yeah, so yes, it can increase pressure, but you have to have it set up for it. If you don't do anything to the
Yeah,
engine, all you're doing is pumping in
you have to
more
have a
air.
different
You
like
have to
onboard computer. I
you have to
forgot the
tune
term
it.
for it.
You have to tune it, otherwise it's just gonna mess
Yeah,
up as
yeah.
per usual.
If you don't add more fuel as well, it's just not gonna do anything.
You have to tell the car, hey, we got more air, add more fuel.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, that's what Jeremy Clarkson didn't do. So he just pressed the button or flipped the switch and it just didn't do shit. Because he hasn't changed anything else. So if you change one thing on your car, it's likely that you have to change the tune that your car has, which is basically the way the computer tells it to run itself. If you don't do that, it will think the modifications are not installed and run like crap. Same goes when you removed your mods once again. Because let's say you want to sell your car, it's smart to remove the mods that you've put on. You know, just to make sure that the mods that you've sold or the mods that you have aren't going to influence the car's price. That often happens. If you're trying to sell a modded car, there's a no. Oh, come on. If you try to sell a modded car, it is likely that it's going to be either very cheap because it's modded anyway, so nobody's going to buy that. So you have to sell it for cheap. or you have to uninstall your mods. Now, if you've had a tune on your car that said it basically worked with the mods, and you then go from that to unmodding your car to sell it,
Come on.
make sure to untune it, because otherwise what will happen is car runs like shit.
Dude,
But
I'm setting up my Google account like on my laptop, right?
yeah,
So nowadays apparently you have to have two-step verification. There's no way around it.
yeah, you have to have two-factor, otherwise
Yeah.
you're not allowed.
So one of the options I like is like sending an SMS message, right, to my phone.
Yeah.
Because that generally works fine and you don't need to set up anything. They
Yes.
literally have it set here, but you cannot select it because, and I quote, well, translated, but I quote, not available because you have better security options. They literally tell you, yeah, we don't want to do this anymore.
No, because otherwise you are tempted in what I've done is buy the or not buy, but download Google Authenticator, so you, which is an easy thing to have because it allows you to basically get all those two-factor authentication codes in one. It brings everything to one spot instead of keeping it separated.
Yeah. Also, did you see like the honey thing?
You mean the fact that they're basically stealing money from everyone?
Yes. I sent it in Discord as well, I think.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I did basically get like the rundown of it, which is just company evil.
Yeah, pretty much.
That,
Also, I like that Markiplier somehow unknowingly predicted everything.
yes.
I don't know if you have seen the clip, but it's very funny.
Did I break my engine again? Yes, I did. Is it like a clutch or something that's broken?
Oh, right. Dude, why are there so many, like... Who is using Yahoo? Seriously. What is DuckDuckGo?
A different browser?
Yes, but why is it called DuckDuckGo?
I don't know. Alright, let's see. What else can we add to this truck? We have mirrors. We have instrument panel.
Okay, it is kind of funny. Like every company has like, we do this and except it being a search engine, we also do this, right?
Yeah.
Ecosia plants trees while you're searching, completely free. 200 trees are already been planted.
200.
Okay, fine.
Just 200.
200 million.
Ah, that's a bigger number instead of saying 200.
It's a little bit more zeros.
I was about to say, planted just 200 of them.
Yeah, and then there's like 4 of them, which basically say like, you can search and we protect your privacy. Then there's also a couple like, we don't track what you're doing.
Yeah.
And like all of them have something. Microsoft Bing has, we have Chat GPT built in. And like, okay. And then you have Google. And it's literally, find what you're looking for with Google.
Yeah, Google doesn't have to explain itself anymore, apparently.
No, apparently they're so dominant that they're like, you know what? You'll come to us anyway. And you know what? They're absolutely right, because I am setting up Google as I am right now.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of not sticking with Google.
So I guess they were right in the end.
Well, I might stick with Google, but I'm like going to the... If I look something up, I'm more likely to just put in the entire link. And then pressing enter instead of just... Yeah. This looks a lot better now that I've painted it in one color, but I do need to paint the dash still. There we go. Because that's the thing with Google, right? It is a good browser, but if I have trouble finding something, I'm just bad at searching stuff, or stuff just doesn't exist.
Both are plausible, I suppose.
Yes. Also, let's do a test at night. See if this truck actually works properly.
Have you seen the Mojang lawsuit?
You mean with a lot of mods that got DMCA'd because
because of
infringing?
guns.
Oh, that's been a while ago. I think they've started again with just things that are like, yeah, this doesn't follow our ULA that we have had for a bit now, but we're
and
now
also gambling.
Yeah,
gambling is okay if it's video games.
Didn't we learn it from Bloons? Gambling's okay as long as it's for children.
Yes, exactly. You understand.
With the Wheel of Fortune type thing.
Yeah,
I think there's a
also Coffeezilla is now researching Valve into their gambling schemes, and it's bad.
Well,
like bad.
We wouldn't know, would we? Because Valve is a little bitch if it's about gambling in the Netherlands.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah, but in the Netherlands, loot boxes are technically banned.
Are they? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, but basically their argument, which is legally valid but morally not, is okay. But so you might be able to gamble, but you can't cash out, so you can't earn money here. So therefore, it isn't gambling. That's basically their argument.
Valid strategy, I guess.
Surprisingly, actually, the casinos in Japan use the exact same strategy because apparently casinos are illegal there. But there are third parties websites all over the internet for you to sell the CSGO skins and TF2 skins, whatever, for money. So you actually can cash out, just not with Valve.
Oh yeah, I know.
And also,
there are external trading
websites. Also, if you go to those companies, like, yeah, but you're paying them out. You say, like, yeah, there's no gambling. Well, we just buy stuff.
Yeah, those are the...
So then you get that back and forth thing going on. I think it was also the USA who tried to ban what they were doing, but they failed because they can't.
Yeah, but you know why? You know what the dumbest thing was about Team Fortress 2 and gambling in the Netherlands? You are allowed to buy the key to unlock a crate.
Yeah,
but you're not allowed to open it.
But you have to have a preview.
No, you're not allowed to open it. I've done it.
Yeah.
At some point, I bought a key for like €2.10, and when you tried to apply the key to the box, it said, "You cannot open this in your country." Only after you've bought the key, which means you now have to either keep the key or resell it on the Steam community market for hopefully a profit. Which, I mean, you could make your money that way, but it would be Steam.
I think it's in France, what they do is instead of you gambling the loot box, they show you a preview of what the loot box is gonna be, and then they give it to you.
So basically you buy the loot box, it says...
Okay.
Or does it say what you're gonna get before you buy the loot box?
No. It says what you're gonna get before you open it.
So you buy the loot box not knowing what it's going to contain.
So it's basically, instead of having the slot machine visual, you have the FIFA visual where the card just shows up, right? With less build up.
I assume this is how it goes. You buy the loot box not knowing what's in it.
Yes.
Then it shows what you're gonna get. Then you open it so you actually get what you're gonna get.
Yes.
That sounds
incredibly
French.
Well, no, it's their bypass to bypass French law. It's not like the French did this. It's like we need to
Well,
bypass French law because we want to.
Well, the French are allowing it, aren't they? Well, the French are allowing it, aren't they?
Well, no, the French aren't allowing it.
Can I send it over the edge and then just press the disconnect button? Yes, it is possible to let it go over the edge. Aha. And then drive
Let's
away.
see. Right. Yes. So the you can even gamble in France, but you won't actually gamble according to them.
So you're not gambling because you already know what you're gonna get. So that removes the gambling.
Yeah, but the
even
funny
though
thing is you
are
don't know
gambling.
ahead of time. So you're buying a loot box, then you're gonna gamble what you're gonna get from that loot box, but it's not gambling because they show you what it's gonna be.
Right before you
And
open
then the
it.
actual slot machine happens.
So basically it's like going to the slot machine, you put in your money, then it says you're gonna get this. Then you pull the lever,
Yes.
then it shows what you've got, which you already knew.
Exactly. It's exactly like that. It's exactly like that.
So you already know if you want something valuable before pressing open, which defeats the entire point of loot boxes.
No, because you still don't know what you're gonna get before you buy the bloody loot box.
Half the thing is opening the box.
Yes, but you can't open the box legally.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna deafen real quick. I'll be back. Because I am ending it here. Yeah, this stream has gone a little bit off the rails. Probably because my friend returned finally after months. Yay. But yeah, if you like what you saw and see more like me finishing this truck or me playing Dero Valley, which is trains, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, interact with the content at least so I know you want to see more. If you want to have a chat with me or just know if it's no streams are going to be delayed, send memes, all that stuff. Make sure to join the Discord, !Discord or descriptions, channels. It's sitting up on YouTube as a VOD as well, so if you want to rewatch it multiple times, go ahead. You can find YouTube. My Twitch is on there as well if you get lost somehow. And you can still find my streams. Yeah, with all that said. Yes, the head movement is real. With all that said, hope you have a pleasant couple of days, like a weekend and half a week. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Goodbye.